All right. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Chloe.
I'm Sandy.
And this is our first very discombobulated WordStitch of Camp Nano April 2021.
Yes. My computer is being all wonky right now. I think it is because my virus protection turned off. Apparently, it's been like that long since I renewed. And now I have to hope that my computer isn't attacked, Chloe, how are you today?
I'm okay. I have been incredibly unmotivated lately. So I am just barely holding it together. And yesterday I read 4 books. They weren't
Wow.
gigantic books, but they were all between like an hour and a half and 3-hour reads. And obviously I wasn't working because I was reading.
Wow. That's what books were you reading?
They weren't even, they were all paranormal academy stuff.
Oh, nice.
But they were also all werewolf, which I don't care. I don't like werewolf particularly, but I had read Shadow Beast Shifters just kind of ended. There's another book coming out in the series, but it's a different character arc. The main arc of Shadow Beast Shifters just ended, and it ended really disappointingly. So, yeah, and I loved the first 2 books in that series. So the fact that she just phoned in the 3rd book was really upsetting. But the 4th book I am still excited about. It's new characters off on new adventures, and I love these 2 characters. So I'm good with that. But also, I was like, I just wanted to read a good book. So this one series was recommended to me. Wolf Girl, I think it's called. That's what the first book was called. And I read it, and I didn't realize that it was an incomplete series.
Oh no.
And also, this one's second book kind of sucked, but there's hope for it because it was mostly that the male protagonist sucks giant donkey balls. And so I'm hoping that the 3rd book is going to be him realizing not that he's being a pisshead and fixes everything. That's what I'm hoping for. And then from there, I ended up picking another book by that same author because that series looks complete, and I wanted a complete series, and it turned out it was not complete either.
Oh no. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So it was just like a big disappointing day for me. But I did well on Medium yesterday, and I did well on Amazon yesterday. So I guess there are trade-offs. Anyways, while you're getting your computer ready, we'll do a sprint in just a minute. But we've got Herb here. Hey, Herb. And we got Devin here. And we've got Courtney here. So
hi, Devin. Hi, Courtney.
thank you all for joining us. Sandy, once you get your computer settled, what are you going to be working on today?
So I was going to open my young adult series, or maybe possibly look at what's happening with my memoir. I have no idea. I think a few people have bought it, like 1 or 2. But then I realized I don't have the new Scrivener yet.
Oh, yeah, you need to get the new Scrivener.
Yeah, so that's
You're
what
going to have
I'm
to
going to
restart your
do.
computer again after this, probably.
Probably. It's good for more than one computer, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you just might. I feel like you bought Scrivener in the before time, so you're going to have to pay for it, but I think you get like a 50% off coupon.
Huh. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
But yes, there will be restarting of computers for me.
Excellent. Okay. We are going to go for 10 minutes on this first sprint, and then we'll talk about what I'm working on today because that didn't get fit in, but it is time. And hey, Sako, we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Okay, that is time. I hit the wrong button. What button do I need to hit? There we go. That is time. It looks like Sandy is still fighting with her computer, so I'm sure she will be back momentarily. Let me know how you guys did. And hey, Allie, thank you for joining. I did something in the beginning of that sprint that I have now completely forgotten what I did. So I didn't start writing until like the last, 3 or 4 minutes. But I did get 124. So I got a little bit of progress. How is the computer fight going, Sandy?
Freaking computer. How did this happen? Wait, I know. It's because I've been practically inactive for like 3 months. It's going fine. I had to install my virus protector again.
Remember that time, like, right? I don't know. I think it was after you even had the baby. It was fairly recently, but it was like your first time back on the show, and I got stuck in like a 45-minute computer update.
I do remember that. So here's the goal right now is to get Scrivener on my computer. I can do that in the end of 2 hours. Baby's asleep for the time being. Husband is not home. That's all. It could happen. So, how did everybody else do?
Herb got 238 on tomorrow's. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Had a little jump. 238 words on tomorrow's blog post. Still chugging through with that A to Z blogging. That is awesome, Herb. I am still working on my 100 short stories in 100 days. I do also have a project for Nano specifically. But right now, so that project is picking up my November project, the Alien Romance. And so I have to go through and reread the first 2 books. So I am in the middle of that. So for the sprints today, I'm going to be working on a short story, 2 short stories, finishing up yesterday's and continuing. Allie started reading Harry Potter to her daughter.
Yay!
Allie, how old is your daughter? I'm curious what age you decided to start Harry Potter at, because like it's weird now, right? Like everybody who started with Harry Potter when it first came out would have like grown up with it or already, in my case, been an adult. Yeah. So I wonder how it works now for people who like can binge through the entire series. Scrivener Herb ended up getting Scrivener. I'm proud of you.
Yay, Herb. Is it amazing? God, I hope it's amazing.
He said he installed it, but is not writing in it today, so he might not have opened it yet. Sako is almost done with draft 3 of Act 1. Fantastic. Courtney had the ultra exciting sending out of an invoice to a client.
So,
and Allie's little one is 5. That's awesome. So are you planning on like doing the entire series, or are you going to cut it off at, oh God, where does, spoiler alert, Sirius die? Like, are you going to go through all of that, or are you going to wait until she's older and just start with I guess it's just book 1 and 2, right?
Oh yeah. Like at what point is it okay to read something to a kid when like, you know that Cedric's going to die?
I mean, I personally at 5 would like read the entire damn series and be like, this is life, welcome to life. But I know that a lot of people are not on that same page. The important thing though is whatever your answer is, I'm not going to judge you. I'm just curious about how you personally are going to handle it. Allie's daughter loves zombies, so this is all good. That's awesome.
Nice. Very nice. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So in, continuing with my trend, my mouse just died.
Always.
Hopefully it was just a case of like dead batteries.
The funny thing with mice is that I'm sure it's I'm sure it's something that, like, if you know how they work, it makes perfect sense. But I swear I have to change my mouse battery like once a month. And I don't think I have ever changed my keyboard battery. And obviously, my keyboard gets just as much use, if not more, than my mouse. So I don't understand what it is about mice that die constantly.
So actually, it may not be that my mouse has died. It might just be that I'm on like a weird scroll lock or something, because my
Oh
phone
no!
still exists. Yeah. Oh,
Is
go
that
away,
your only
weird scroll
mouse?
lock. Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, I would try
No.
putting another mouse in, do that trial and error, and go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Damn it.
Yeah.
These things.
Mm-hmm.
Is it already April? I'm pretty sure it is.
It
You know
is.
what's a little depressing about that? It's already a fourth of a way into the year, right? And this means that if you've not gotten very much done this year, then you can already start feeling like you're behind, like you have that going for you
But I
already.
don't think that counts for you, Sandy.
I think it counts extra for me
No,
because
I
I don't
don't
have
think it counts at all because of new baby.
I don't have any
I feel like what you have accomplished in the first 3 months of the year is a new baby who just had a massive surgery and
is doing great.
Doing amazing, right?
Yeah, he's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Which is he's like I feel like I'm Geppetto with Pinocchio, right? Like I get to it's amazing. He's doing amazing. We get to do all the things now. So
The Easter photo that you posted was adorable. Oh my god, he's so adorable.
thank you. That outfit lasted 1 hour.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like anything under the age of 1, those outfits are never going to last more than about an hour, especially if it's an outfit for a holiday with a cute little hat
and a bow tie.
and a bow tie. Yeah.
Which was he didn't love the bow tie so
Yeah.
much. Although I think it was the shoes that actually destroyed it for him.
Oh, shoes are impossible. Like shoes are absolutely the first thing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I the photo was adorable, and if it was literally just a photo op outfit, it was worth it. Yeah.
That's good.
Let's go ahead and do our next sprint, and then hopefully in the quiet of sprinting, you could figure out
what's wrong with my mouse.
What the hell is wrong with your mouse?
Yeah.
So we're going to go for 25 this time. And it is 4:25. So we will see you guys at 10 of the hour. Okay, that is time. Let us know how you did. Have you made any progress, Sandy? Progress.
Yeah. I did we make progress? The baby was very upset. Apparently, he just really wants to watch what I'm doing, so he's like here watching the screen. So we should
but otherwise calm with what's going on.
You know,
he's not about to melt down.
He's actually paying attention. I'm gonna have to start. We're gonna have to use clean language. I don't even know how to do that.
That complicates things.
I know, right? Okay, hopefully his first word won't be anything he heard on YouTube. And my mouse is fixed.
Oh, good.
Yeah, your first word isn't going to be something you heard on YouTube. It's going to be hello. You've been saying it already. Yeah. All right. How about you? How'd you do?
I don't even know if his first word could really be something he would hear on YouTube, because I feel like they need to actually watch you saying it to be able to say it. I feel like there's at least like, you know, like obviously blind children do learn how to speak, but I feel like that is, if you do have that sense, that is part of learning how to speak, is seeing how mouths move.
Yeah,
I finished the short story I was working on.
Nice.
I got about, I think it was like 480 words and finished that. But I have to do another one because this is the one that I started yesterday that was supposed to be for yesterday's count.
Well, still, you finished something, right? So this is good. Yeah. No, let's not cry. Let's not.
From the other side of things, Courtney wrote 766 and made a veggie burger. What brand, or did you make it yourself? I am curious. I always want to know, because there are like 8 million brands now, and so now it's at the point where I'm like, I haven't actually tasted every single veggie burger on the market. So let me know what kind you're having. And Sako is not counting words until the end of the act, but almost there, and I'm totally fine with that because this is camp. I don't know if you're actually doing camp or not. I don't recall. I know what you're working on right now, but I don't recall if you're using this toward a camp count or not. But it's do what you want for camp, right? I don't know. Like, I have a word count set up for camp. But also, as of right now, the word count that I'm putting in is just like whatever Ed ends up on at the end of the day. So my first day, I had a negative count because like the project was already 105,000 words, and then it went down to like 104,923. Sako is doing camp okay.
I made a critical error not having a pacifier immediately next to me here.
Oh, yeah. You should have those literally everywhere you could possibly be.
I do, but he's a thumb sucker, so I don't always need them. See, and you get lazy when they can,
you got a pacifier attached to your body at all times. Perfect.
Indeed. Oh my God. There's my pump in the back. Do you see that? My baby stuff, my quilt.
Yeah. I do have a kitty in the back. I've got 2 kitties in the back.
You've got kitties in the back.
Kind of merged into one kitty on that image, but I assure you, he has not grown an extra ear. That is another cat there.
So I've now been trying to just open one of my old Scrivener projects since we started our break, and it has not yet opened.
Oh, so I haven't even tried to open anything from like a previous, because I didn't have any active Scrivener projects going on. So I hadn't even thought of seeing what happens if you try to open an old one yet. And now I am doing it because I'm curious.
Yes. I this could be a Dropbox error for me. I think sometimes my
Either
files are really
way,
large and then they don't
either way,
open
it's
very
probably a
well.
good thing for me to test this so you know
Yes.
where the error is coming from or where
Yes.
the delay. Okay, so when you try to load it, did you get this update project question? This update project prompt screen, yes?
I couldn't have because I don't have the new Scrivener yet. So I'm just trying to open an old. I just confused you there. I don't have the new thing yet. I'm just trying to open.
Oh, you're trying to open an old Scrivener in old Scrivener.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But
Oh, it's funny because it's telling me, so I did hit update and it's telling me project notes have been moved to the binder and added to the project bookmarks. The project notes feature has been replaced by project bookmarks. To this end, the project notes in this project have been added to a folder in the binder entitled project notes and added to the project bookmarks. Please read about project bookmarks and the documentation or tutorial project for future information. I read all that because the fun fact with that whole gigantic warning is I don't know that I've ever even. Oh, that's where I have no comprehension of what it is telling me. Like, does it mean the notes that just sit there on the side of the screen? Because those notes are still there. So, no, I literally just don't. Whatever they were talking about with project notes, I do not use that feature. But everything is still here as it is supposed to be.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a good thing. I would just like my goal here is to open a Scrivener project, go to the update thing, and just see if it says Scrivener 3 is available.
Oh, no, you just need to go to the Literature and Latte website.
Yeah, I know, but I'm kind of curious about this. I feel a little bit betrayed by Literature and Latte that they didn't make great big amounts of fanfare. Why weren't there?
They didn't. It was weird. I don't understand. And at first I thought it was just me, having unsubscribed to their newsletter or whatever. But then as it turned out, nobody knew it was going on. So
Yeah.
So that's also a good question. Do they actually tell you when you load Scrivener that Scrivener 3 is now available?
Yeah, I'm very curious about this. But of course I picked one of my largest files to open. So I couldn't have just gone with something. Oh my gosh.
Right. Or just open Scrivener and let it open whenever it felt like opening.
Yeah, why didn't I do
Scrivener
that?
does that. I've never understood. I don't know if anybody else has this problem with Scrivener, but usually when I open Scrivener, the document that it opens is not the last one that I used. For the entire last year that I used Scrivener, every single time it opened Truth or Rares, even though that project was DOA for quite a while. Sako, I'm sorry. I tried to say it for every single show that I did, but I ran out of steam eventually. Scrivener for Windows has been updated finally to Scrivener 3. We are now caught up with the now slightly outdated Apple Scrivener.
Oh. So did you guys like the new one? Is there
What was that?
Did you like Scrivener 3?
I still like Scrivener.
Yeah.
And that's not because it's outdated. It's because I don't like how certain features are done with them. That is 100% a personal preference thing. But I do know a lot of people are just kind of mad at Scrivener because they took this long to do it, and it's not even some people are mad because it's it's software from 2 years ago that that, other novel writing software programs have moved on from already and are doing better in certain avenues than what anybody would have done 2 years ago. And then some people are just upset that it took them so long, and obviously they don't care about Windows users. So yeah. So a lot of, I think that's also part of why there was probably less fanfare than there should have been for this, was because they've probably gotten enough hate mail from people that they were like, whatever, we're just going to drop it and move on with our lives.
Maybe. I guess it would probably kind of, I don't know. I mean, the Scrivener people must be making a huge amount of money from their product, right? Like every single writer who like comes to a Nano event gets told that Scrivener is the thing. So it's not like they can't possibly be lacking sales. Do you think?
But, I mean, so like I think that they do well for themselves, but it's a one-time fee, as opposed to a subscription, and it's not a gigantic fee. So I have a feeling that they basically just do as well as they need to for the size of their staff.
And what is the program that you use now instead of Scrivener?
I use WaveMaker, which
Right.
is free, but is problematic in its own right, just in its different right.
Right. There is none of this. None of this is perfect. All of this is flawed.
Yeah.
And my Scrivener file is still not opened. It's at 52%. 52%. 52%. This has been happening this entire time. This is like the universe being like, I think this is the day to make Sandy crazy.
Oh, right, of course. Oh, you've got a chance to finally get some work done. No. All right, let's get some work done now. I mean, not you, Sandy, but everybody.
But everybody else, yes.
So we are going to do 30 this time. Let's see. Nope. There we go. 30 minutes on the clock. We'll see you guys at 33 past. Okay, that was time on that sprint. I had to do some research. I was starting a new short story, which ideally I don't have to research because I don't want to spend a lot of time on them. And then this one I got stuck in research, and then it went like real depressing real fast. So I only ended up it's Shifters, and she is a dolphin, and I had to look up dolphins and why they can't live in fresh water, and it was horrifying why dolphins cannot live in fresh water. So I only ended up writing 248 words, but I got it started, and that's the important thing.
That is good. I finally opened Scrivener 3.
What happened to Scrivener 1?
No, I was able to do that. Then I loaded my Scrivener 3. My mouse is working. My Scrivener 3 is up. I feel like it was totally worth my $25 to pay for like the 5 features that only Sandy Vasher would care about. But like, but was there any like seriously, like I see things like I see an option to add back matter in compile. That's always driven me crazy. So that's good.
Oh, that's good. I didn't see that. So this is one of the reasons that I wanted to like talk to you or like have you get Scrivener 3, because for me it's purely aesthetic. Really quickly before we go into that though, we got, oh God, where's my mouse? Mouse, get to the right computer. Just go to the right computer. There we go. Her got 543 on a short story, and then work did its thing. Courtney got 977. Well done. Dolphins can't swim in fresh water. So the reason I looked it up was I was like, wait, I don't understand, because they breathe air. Why it matters where they are. It turns out that their skin can't handle fresh water. So they can be in fresh water briefly, but they will start to get lesions. And of course, in reading this, I was also forced to look at pictures because that was how the article was presented. So it was real bad, but that's what it is. It's actually like the way that their skin is, it does not handle fresh water. It needs salt water. Okay, Sandy, your take on Scrivener 3 from what you've seen from the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think that I seriously think that this is like the 5 things that I care about, but that like, wow, we've waited a lot of time for like free form cards on the cork board. And that's so here are some things I see. I see the ability to be a little more flexible with like the cork board cards. That's nice. It is. That's pleasant. I'm glad that I can now drop and drag. I'm curious about what that will do to my outline, but great. I like the text-to-speech reader, but like I'm probably one of the only people I know who uses that. You know, like
didn't they have that in the first one, or am I? Oh no! I'm thinking Y-Writer. Y-Writer has always had it.
I mean, they always should have had it, right? Because that's kind of an accessibility sort of thing, and also really important for proofreading. But
is it computer voice? I take it.
It's computer voice.
Yeah. That would be one thing. Like Y-Writer is just computer voice, but Y-Writer is free. It's always been free. So it wasn't surprising to me that it was computer voice. So if Scrivener was something better than that, I'd be like, okay, but it's not. All right.
No, it's just computer voice, but they didn't have that at all previously. Yeah. Also, I'm having a hard time finding like a way to get that onto the toolbar. Like surely there's a way to have the text to speech thing on the toolbar, but why doesn't it default like that? Why don't I see that? And I don't right now. I think
I've never tried to modify toolbars in Scrivener. Excuse me.
I haven't either, but now that I know that there's this thing, I want to be able to get to it in a way other than pressing Windows plus, but apparently I'm not going to be able to do that. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I know, it is. The little guy's very unhappy. And in the compile function, like it used to be that you could only add front matter to your EPUB, and that's a pain in the butt because you sometimes have back matter and you don't want it to show up in like your regular table of contents. I know my time is running out.
Oh,
now we have back matter. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Once she said that, that was where I was confused about like why you couldn't add back matter before, or how, not even that, but like how you would add back matter, because there's literally that tool is useless. Compile is completely useless. Compile to EPUB is completely useless if you can't put back matter in. But I get it if you add it like directly into the file. Of course, you can do it. But if you don't want everything to have chapter headings on it, then SOL. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I did use Scrivener's compile for EPUB, and then I graduated to InDesign, and now I don't actually even use Scrivener's compile, so kind of pointless now, but
yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to it. The Adobe stuff is kind of a pain in the butt. Did you just want to see what was going on again? Is that it?
Honestly, with compiling, I am totally happy with Caliber, except I have yet to figure out how to make the really nice looking chapter headings that you get with, I don't know if you get them with InDesign. I know you get them with Vellum, but that's just, Courtney, why did you look at that? I told you not to look at it. Anyways, I feel like it's just a matter of breaking down and like downloading a book that has really nice chapter headings and just looking at the code for it.
If you're capable of doing that, then yes.
Oh no, I'm 100% capable of doing it.
But most people
except for, I don't know, like obviously I know that Caliber, part of its function is for readers to convert books that they download, but I don't actually know how to do that on a computer. I guess, you know what? This is real dumb. I could literally just like troll free book giveaways until I find one that's been formatted the way I want it. And then, yes, I absolutely can do it. I thought I had figured out how to do it recently in Word, and then when I open the files, it still isn't looking how I want it to. So, but that's it for me. Other than that, I am totally happy with Caliber, and if I can figure out how to do that, then easy peasy. You muted.
I know. I'm this.
Yeah.
I know, little man.
Did you see, or was that it?
That's it, honestly. And then just like some layout. It's pretty, I guess. I didn't need pretty. I was happy with it the other way.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you saw this. Do I have it open right now, or even like realize what was going on with it? But something I liked. I'm going to do a share screen here. Yes. Okay. So let me share. Okay. So obviously for me with Scrivener, it's literally only the aesthetics because I don't care. I don't like the features in Scrivener. They're not done how I want them to be done. I understand why some people like them. They're just not my thing. But what I did find really cool was this little box up here, which is your project targets. So whatever you have your targets set to, this one, I have the manuscript set for 20,000 words and the session target set to 600 words. And this bar is actually tracking it. So Abe Buys Juniper a Bakery is just what the scene heading is. And then when you mouse over it, you see your actual numbers here, which if I remember correctly for Scrivener, you couldn't see your total on the screen before. So you just have to mouse over this. But also the top blue bar here is the total progress toward the target. So because I'm past the target is 20,000, I'm at 22,000. That bar is completely filled. And the bottom bar is the session target. So this represents 447 of 600. So that is kind of nice, especially if you are doing word sprints, to be able to just kind of glance up really quickly and get a little visual of what your progress is. Which, for some people, depending on how your brain works, sometimes that bar can be a lot more useful than that actual word count at the bottom. And that word count might not actually reflect your progress if you're flipping between scenes or if you're in an already established scene. It's a little thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is not some incredible achievement by any means or like a reason to get the program, but it was the one feature that I was like, oh, this is actually nice. Just this little tiny blurb up here I like. And again, that's just from the perspective of somebody who doesn't use Scrivener.
I like the little blue button too, but again, it's like so you can highlight. Like, basically, you're saying you get a little teeny tiny bit more information quicker.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like that is definitely something that is specifically geared toward like NaNoWriMo and sprint writers.
Yeah.
But it's nice for that. And again, because I don't use features, I don't use most of the features in Scrivener, I really can't comment on the rest of it. But it still doesn't have what I need in a program. I definitely I wish that the other programs I used were set up more like Scrivener. They all have that sidebar. They all have the, what is it called? The book, the binder. Pretty much everybody. That's a universal thing. But they don't have that nice split screen that Scrivener can do, where you have like two of the scenes open at the same time, which is nice. And most of them are not very good about like saving your place if you jump between scenes. So like navigationally, there's definitely major perks to Scrivener, but its research section just does not work for me. And it's never going to work for me because that is not how Scrivener users, like how I want my research is not how Scrivener users want their research.
Yeah, I'm still kind of looking through this. I'm probably one of those few people out there where I was I would have continued using Scrivener forever and ever. Because it just has the stuff I want. And this does give me the couple of things that I would complain about, but it's such a limited revision. Except, okay, so I do see there's a script writing mode, which looks pretty awesome.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and that's a pain. I mean, not only that, but it's expensive, right? Like getting good script writing software is actually very expensive. So
I might mess around with that just to see how it is. I have no intention of ever writing a script again in my life. I have a degree in English. I've had to write scripts before. It is not something that I enjoy doing, although I was fairly good at it, but I'm just good at dialogue. But it's not something that has any use for me. But I might poke around with it just to see how it is. Maybe one day I'll pull a J.K. Rowling, not like a terrible thing. Well, I guess it was also a terrible thing, but a cursed child, and write a play off of one of my books just to mess with people.
I love that. The baby stopped crying also, by the way, and the dog started barking because that's my life right now.
Of course.
Writers without kids. My child is the joy of my life, and also kids are a big trouble. So
let's do another sprint.
Yeah, let's do another sprint. Oh, but one more thing. There's a revision mode in Scrivener 3, and that looks really cool.
Oh, what can you tell what it does at all, or do you need to?
I'm going to play with it for the next 10 minutes and see.
Yeah. Let me know. I'm definitely curious. All right, so this is our final 10 minutes. It It is 5:48, so we will see you guys at 5:50 way, 5:58, blah, blah, blah. Herb, I would absolutely never write the screenplay for my own book. If anybody ever wanted to option my book, I would just shove it out the door for someone else to deal with and never look at it again. I'm not, I want zero control. If they want to ask me questions, I will absolutely answer their questions, but I would never, I'm not one of those people. Okay, that is time. That was our last sprint, and that unfortunately took me on yet another weird Google. This one in a fight, who would win, a gator or a dolphin? There was no actual information on this, which I believe means that this does not happen. Apparently, gators are known to take out sharks, but also shark is a really broad term, and I have fished sharks that are like that big, so they're probably not talking about like great whites or anything like that. But it turns out that alligators are much bigger than dolphins, which I didn't realize. Dolphins always look pretty big to me. And gators also can hold their breath for much longer. Dolphins can only hold their breath for like 8 to 10 minutes, which was surprising to me, but also I guess it explains how if you just casually look out into the water in Florida, there's going to be a goddamn dolphin there.
Yeah, there are always the dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely see dolphins at like a 10-to-1 ratio over gators when I'm in Florida, so it makes sense.
We're on the air.
We're almost done though.
Almost done,
Did you use revision mode at all?
Yeah, it's a little bit like track changes and that like stuff shows up in red. But
didn't they already have it? And it just like sucked slightly.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I don't think there's a. So like, what if you want to go back to like an old version? Then like, does that? How does that work? I haven't yet figured that out. Yeah, exactly.
That's a fair question, and
that's how he feels about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to start doing these after bedtime, you guys. Like, there's a clear lack of work going on.
I do have this show at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Yeah, but I guess that's everything for us today. So, Sandy, I'm assuming that you don't have any like epic thing to put out there right now. I will be doing shows 10 a.m. Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and 8 a.m. on Wednesday. On my Twitch channel, which is linked below, I'll be doing a Bob Ross off tomorrow at 7 p.m. And also this weekend, a group of mostly MLs, but I think some of them are not MLs. It doesn't matter. But a group of us from NaNoWriMo are going to be doing, it's actually 34 hours of writing. It's 100 hours of writing during actual Nano, but since we're in a mini Nano, it is a mini 100 hours. So 34 hours. And it is on Twitch. I'll be posting the schedule at some point on the AuthorTubers Facebook group and also on the AuthorTubers Discord. But I will be at noon Eastern time on Saturday. So watch for that. If y'all are on Twitch, then you can watch us go, join in, whole bunch of sprints whenever you need them, Friday evening into Saturday and all of Saturday. If you are not on Twitch, you can still watch. You just can't talk unless you join Twitch. Yeah, so that is everything. I'm assuming that Sandy still has a fussy baby because she's muted.
Indeed.
So we are going to go. You guys have a great week. Be productive, and hopefully we will see you soon. Bye, guys.